Always record to the cloud. Hey, it is April the 6th. And, I don't want to remind everybody where we're at. I mean, you've heard it enough on the news, whether you're watching Fox or CNN or MSNBC or whatever station you happen to be watching. All I ever hear is bad news, and bad news. And well, this is going to be 30 minutes or less of good news. Nothing but good news, hope, inspiration, and, because that's what it's all about. I mean, we've all gone through challenges. We've all had, things happen in our lifetime, maybe nothing as dramatic or traumatic as a pandemic. But I've been through one. If you're old enough, you've been through one or more. And, this won't be it hasn't been the first and it won't be the last. So it's just a matter of time, guys. So what we've got to do is we've got to be prepared, right? And that's what this message is all about. A little bit of bio about myself for those people that don't know me. I've been around the network marketing industry, which I love. It's given me the ability and given my family the ability to live a lifestyle that most people only dream about doing. So, it's been amazing for me. And, I came out of semi-retirement in May of 2018 because I saw it again. I've seen it 3 other times in my career over the last 30 plus years. And I saw it again with a company that I'm going to talk to you about called Valentus. And I saw all those signs and I said, you know what, if I don't do this, I'm going to rob a lot of people that I could be sharing this opportunity with the chance to even look at it and say no. So I came out of retirement and started building a team. Never thought I was going to do that ever again. But why? You might say, well, why not? Why not build a team? Well, because it takes a lot of work. It's frustrating. There's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of benefit, but if you're not prepared for it, if you don't know what the signs are, it's pretty difficult. So the perfect storm, Les Brown said it on his training about a crisis, right? And we are in the midst of a crisis, and this crisis, you guys all remember the movie, The Perfect Storm. Well, I couldn't have written a better script than the real life drama that's being played out across the world, not just in a couple of countries, but in every country. Millions and millions of people at home. Where do we want them? We want them at home. Worried to death about what's going on and how they're going to survive financially. Most people live paycheck to paycheck. And yes, the government's doing everything that they can, but you know what? That's not going to be enough. This is not going to be one of those things where all of a sudden it ends and everything gets back to normal. This is something that is going to go on. And for us in our industry, in the home-based business industry, that is going to be amazing for us because we're going to get to be able to help people. We're going to help a lot of people over the course of the next 3 to 5 years. So perfect storm, you got to know where everyone is going. For 30 plus years, I've been preaching about having a plan B, having a side gig, having something else that'll create a residual income or some other kind of income just in case. Well, that just in case time just came, right? It came about 30 days ago. And like Marshall Silver the other day said, hey, in March, right? March the 13th, he said, business stopped. Everything stopped. It was like the world stopped. And, here we are, and it has stopped. I mean, look at the streets of New York, empty, right? So everyone is going to be searching for an opportunity. That means that you and I have to do our job, and that is to reach out to them. I'm going to cover more of that in the training. So those people that get in front of this movement, it's always been a movement, but it's going to be an incredible movement over the course of the next 3 to 5 years. Unprecedented growth. The home-based industry was forecast by Forbes to grow by 79 million people over the next 5 years. That was pre-pandemic. Pre-pandemic. That number is probably tripled, post-pandemic. Everybody now is wondering, hey man, I better find something. I better start looking for something. I don't know if my job's going to be there or not. I hope it is. But if it's not, and are people going to be rushing back? Probably not. So a lot of things, it's going to be America 2.0 after this whole pandemic situation. So, I think these numbers are going to be pale in comparison to what is actually going to happen. And for those of us who take advantage of the opportunity to present our case and give our friends the opportunity to say yes or no, that's all we do. That's all I want anybody to do. And that's all I'm doing. Age or education has nothing, to do with your being able to get to where you want to go. Whether you're 18 or you're 80, it's never too late to start. It's never too early to start. It's all about starting. It's all about planning and working that plan for the next 3 to 5 years, being consistent. And I think it's going to happen a lot quicker than that. Like I said, hey, my whole story in the past has always been about downsizing. It's always been about, bad news from a doctor or something like that. Never, ever once had I ever put up on the screen, and maybe we'll get a pandemic, because it wasn't in my mind. It wasn't in anybody's mind. And so that left us, in the situation that we're in. So, what's your plan B? Maybe it's your plan A. Maybe Valentus will be your plan A. I got a call from Smiling Dave Jordan in May of 2018. Dave and I have known each other for about 8 years. And, he knew that I didn't want to build another team, but he approached me with a coffee, right? A weight loss coffee. He didn't know that I was the fattest I had ever been, right? I was 215 pounds, 40-inch waist. And, for a guy that's 5'10", that's not real good. So, he said, Chuck, we've just got the most amazing weight loss coffee. People are dropping weight like crazy. They're eating anything they want and they're still dropping weight. I said, okay, Dave, you got me. Okay, you got me. So I said, I'm going to order some of that darn coffee. Probably won't work for me, but I'm going to go ahead and do it just so I can prove to Dave that I did it. And I did. I ordered a couple of canisters, 30 cup canisters, $60, right? And I thought, well, what the heck? I lost 9 pounds the first week. I lost 18 pounds the first month. I had so much energy and so much going on. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. After I lost that 18 pounds, I called Dave up and I says, hey man, I don't know what's going on, but I'm coming to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. He said, come on down. So I flew down there for a couple of days, sat down with Dave, and I was hoping, here's what I was hoping. I was hoping I was going to find a company in total disarray so that I could fly home and say, well, I knew this was a good idea to go check them out, but, they don't have their act together, so I just better continue doing what I'm doing. What I found was just the opposite of that. What I found was a company that had all the pieces starting to be put in place, a company that was then 4 years old, about 4 years old, soon to be 6 years old. And, I said, this has got all the signs of 3 other companies that I participated in that I made millions and millions and millions of dollars with. So, you know what, Dave, I think I'm going to retract that whole thing. I think I'm going to go back to building a team just one more time. And I said, here's the deal. I said, I'm going to give you 3 years of my life or $100,000 a month, whatever comes first. Right? He kind of laughed and stickered. He said, okay, that's a good start. You know, you have to know Dave to appreciate that. But, you know, what is fascinating about what's going on is I was right, right? I was right. It's not that I'm that smart, but you know, it was obvious to me. I mean, I had seen the signs before. So, you know, the timing is absolutely perfect, right? Valentus sales up 525%, you know, to $95 million in 2019. In 5 short years, John Arenza's at 500,000 a month. Repeat after me, 500,000 a month. Who would like to be at 500,000 a month? You know, the only difference between you and John is that he got here before you did. And all we've got to do, so when John hit that number, I called Dave back and I said, you know what, I've revised my goal. I said, I'm going to give you 5 years of my life or $500,000 a month, whatever comes first. And he laughed. He said, okay. He said, I knew I'd got you. I knew I got you. So here I am. It's been, you know, a year and a half, going on 2 years. I've made just short of $500,000 or right at $500,000. And, you know, but I've been able to help a lot of people. And my goal is to see how many people I can help get to where they want to go over the course of the next 3 years. I got about 3 years left, guys, on my 5-year plan. So if you want my help, now's the time to do it. So our product line, Dave started with 4 products. I guess we're up to 25, 26. I don't know. I kind of losing count. He told me today that, you know, new things are being built. ValentusProducts.com is being built out. I want you to go to IamTeamValentus.com, IamTeamValentus.com, and take a look at the products, right? All the things that are up on that site. And then go to our Facebook testimonial site. It's fbtestimonials.info. Go take a look. But you know what? 24, 25 products. We just came out with a detox tea I've been taking now for about a week. Absolutely amazing product. And talk about detox. It's detox on steroids. So, hey, there's some products in here I love that I use consistently every day. Nobody would guess that I'm 98, right? So I love the high burn product. I love this product here. I mean, drink this product. I mean, you don't want to drink the whole thing, but you know, drink a cap full of that every night before you go to bed and lose weight while you're sleeping. The 24/7 is an amazing product. All of these products are amazing, right? The energy product, the breakthrough product, but the trim product, the immune boost product. We've got a product that's not up here called Emulin, which is an incredible immune system booster. This is the product that I got hooked on, the Slim Roast Optimum. It's now been upgraded even better than it was before, called Thermo Roast. So, hey guys, go for the Thermo Roast. If you're a coffee drinker, go for the Thermo Roast. Try it out. It's amazing. If you're not a coffee drinker, go for the cocoa. I mean, it's an amazing, but we've got a whole line of products. But you know what? I'm going to give you a system. I'm going to give you a system that's taken me a little while to kind of think through. You say, you know, network marketing compensation plans, or the way that people are paid, are somewhat difficult to understand. There's a lot of moving parts and things like that. And so what we've done is we've boiled this down to something very simple, something that everybody can do if they want to, right? And here are the action steps. Now, why did we do this? I say buy the Business Builder Pack. Yes, it's $600. Yes, you're buying a business. You're buying a global business that you can start from the comfort of your home, that has unlimited income potential. Listen to me, unlimited income potential, global business that Dave and Joyce Jordan have spent millions of dollars in almost 6 years of their lives putting together. You get to buy that unfranchise, if you will, that unfranchise for $600. And it's all product, right? It's not a bunch of fluff. It's $600 worth of product. So Why do I do that? Because it maxes out the compensation plan. So you're going to see that in the next slide. I want you to commit to trying 3 products every month. The business builder package that you're going to buy is either 16 products or 350 samples. I like the 16 products. I like everybody to have a variety of things and try all the products, because you just never know. Excuse me. Try 3 products a month. Yes, it's going to cost you some money initially, but I'm going to show you very quickly how that $160 is not going to come out of your pocket. It's going to come out of your earnings, right? From what you're doing. So this is going to be life-changing if you'll do the next step, right? Find 1 person a week that'll do the same thing. Now, I moved this down from 1 person a month to 1 person a week. Why did I do that? Because of the pandemic, because we have a lot more free time. There's only so many movies you can watch. There's only so many chores you can do. I'm telling people to get on the phone, call everybody they know, and just ask them a few questions. More on that when we go into the training. If you can see yourself doing this, I would get started. I wouldn't wait another second. I would get started. I would just, X out of this webinar, go get started. But the easiest and quickest way to a 6-figure income, this is what has taken the majority of the time, is putting this down so that it makes sense, so that it's something that people say, I can do that. I can do that. This is a 13-week plan to financial and time freedom. Do you hear what I'm saying? A 13-week plan to freedom. Now, this is a chart that's put out by the company, average monthly income and ranks. We started at Ruby, Emerald, Diamond is the first rank where you start hitting a car bonus of $400 a month. The average monthly income, according to the company, is $3,000 to $6,000 a month. Nice little, nice amount of money coming in, right? One of the gals over in Virginia, Cheryl Church, that I enrolled, just hit Diamond last month in March. Congratulations, Cheryl. So 9 weeks. I'm going to show you a plan where you can get to Diamond in 9 weeks. 9 weeks. Okay, an extra 3 to 6 grand. Double Diamond a week later. Triple Diamond 2 weeks later. $14,000 to $30,000, right? A month. That'll keep the wolf away from the door, right? 13 weeks, Blue Diamond, and I want you to see the income, right? $33,000 to $75,000 a month. That is nice company to be in. So pay attention. You start out with the Business Builder Pack. You enroll 1 person each week that buys a Business Builder Pack, right? You got that? Everybody commits to trying 3 products each month, the month after they buy their initial package, and enrolling 1 person that does exactly the same. I mean, it's just the same thing over and over and over again. Let me show you what happens in this model. Now, I want you to pay attention to a couple of things. Here are the people that you're going to enroll week 1, week 2. Here's your team size, the volume that you do. This is the most important number, the gross commission. There's that purchase of $600. You enrolled Tom, you made $100, right? You're still in the hole, $500. The next week you enrolled Jim, you made another $100, right? You're now in the hole, only $400. Let me show you what happens week 3 and 4. You get out of the hole, right? Your team has grown to now 15 people. You've enrolled Tom, Jim, Mary, and Sue. And your team has now grown to 15 people. That is gigantic, because here's what happens. That week you made $475. Taking what you were in the hole, you're now up almost $200, right? Okay, now you're playing with house money. So here's what happens week 5, week 6. Now, like I said before, if this is too much for somebody to even think about doing 1 person a week, this could be 1 person every 2 weeks. This could be 1 person every 3 weeks. This could be 1 person every month. The numbers are all going to be the same. The time is just going to be spread out, right? 6 weeks, it personally enrolled 6 people. you've made $100 fast start or first order commission on each one of those business builder packs. Your team has now grown to 63 people, but I want you to pay close attention to this. This is what this business is all about, reoccurring purchases. You see, these 31 people here just made their $160 purchase, right? Every month. And what happens is that they grow to 3,100 in volume. So that 31 people, 3,100 in volume. Gross commissions, $1,050. You're at $1,610. You know, guys, it just keeps growing. It's kind of like that penny doubling concept, right? Not very much in the beginning, but as that penny continues to double, you know, day after day after day after day, you know, then, well, it's much wiser to take the penny doubled than it is the $1 million. So, you know, here's your team. You're 8 weeks. You're $4,250 for the week, $8,360 for your 8-week journey, right? 10 weeks in, $17,250. You're at 33,000. Guys, I mean, and it just continues. And the numbers, if somebody stays on this course and they find quality people like Tom and Jim and Mary and Sue and Frank and all the people that you already know, that you have a relationship with, that are sitting at home worried to death about what they're going to do in order to make ends meet when the income stops, and it's already stopped in a lot of cases. You could be the godsend. You could be, you know, it could be one of those things. Hey, I'm so glad you called me. I'm so glad you thought about me. I mean, I've heard that so many times over the course of my 30 plus years that that's the excitement that I get out of this whole thing, is somebody saying, thank you for following up with me. Thank you for not forgetting about me. So 13 weeks, you've just now made more money weekly than you have the last 12 weeks or 12 months, whatever the case may be. So you pick your velocity, right? You pick your speed and go for it. So our house in the Cayman, as you can see, that's my background. That's my background right there. Place that and again, it's one of those things that was given to us from network marketing. I mean, had it not been for the industry of network marketing, I would have never been able to afford a penthouse on 7 Mile Beach in Grand Cayman. Go take a look at the prices. But it's an absolutely phenomenal place. So if you ever want to go on vacation, when vacations start happening again, great place to go. So your journey starts, right? You know, I don't care how busy you are, what excuse you're going to use to convince yourself or me that everything's going to be okay. I know that that's probably all a bunch of BS, unless, of course, you've got millions of dollars in the bank, which I doubt that you have. So I just kind of tell it like it is, right? We have a sure thing. Valentus is a sure thing if people will go to work. So if you're willing to go to work, and if you're willing to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes in order to make it work, then I would say get started. You know, don't wait. It all starts with that first step. Living the dream is possible. If I can do it, if Rick Geralds can do it, and that's what I saw. You see, a good friend of mine drugged me off to a meeting. He kidnapped me, right? It was a client of mine in my advertising business. He threw me into his Jaguar. He says, hey, we're going to go over to Beale Street. Beale Street's in Memphis. And we're going to go have a good time, you know, listen to some music, have some incredible barbecue and have some drinks and have a good time. I said, I'm in, right? Well, he didn't do that. He took me to a network marketing meeting. I almost killed him, right? I said, hey, man, what happened to the network? I mean, what happened to the Beale Street? He said, well, we're going to just stop here for a minute first, then go on. Well, you know, it was a cocktail party. And I started walking around, and he said, you know, there's a lot of people here that are making a lot of money. And I walked up to this one old boy and I said, I never forget this. I said, my buddy said, there's a lot of people here that make a lot of money. He said, yeah. He said, and I said, well, if you don't mind me being a little forward, I said, how much money do you make? He said, well, about 70,000. And I said, oh man, I said, I make a lot more than $70,000 a year. And he said, oh no, mister. He said, no, 70,000 a month. I looked at him, my jaw dropped, right? Like that. I was kind of dumbfounded. I looked at him and I said, man, I said, you just don't look that bright. And we both laughed. Good thing. We both laughed. And he said, oh, there's a lot of guys here making a lot more money than I am. And so that was the beginning of my introduction into network marketing. I saw a lot of people that didn't look particularly smart, that were making more money monthly than I was making annually. And I said, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it. So that was my journey. That was the beginning of my journey. Now, there's a lot more to this story. My first check was $43. My wife just about went into hysterics. And there's a lot more to that story. But get back to the person that shared this with you. Let them know if you're committed, if you're ready to get started. I mean, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for people that are committed, right? That are hungry, right? That want to get started, want to do something spectacular with their life. We never know how much longer any of us have. So let's go do something spectacular. Everything in your life is a reflection of a choice that you've made, right? Good, bad, or indifferent. You know, if you want different results, you've got to make a different choice. You can't keep making the same choice and expect different results. I put this funnel picture in here because that's what I want you to do. I want you to dump everybody that you know into the funnel. I don't care if they join or not. I don't care what they do. I just want you to ask them. I want you to ask them a very simple question. That question is, hey, are you interested in learning how to make money from home? Yes or no? Pretty simple. No excuses, my friend Darren Hardy. Darren says, you know, if you haven't achieved your dreams yet, it's your fault. Look in the mirror. It's your fault. This is our one of the homes that we've had 12 homes over the course of the last 30 years, but this is the house in Austin, Texas. That's me at a Marshall Silver event and my buddy Les Brown. So, hey, with that, I want to, again, thank everybody for joining me here for a little bit. I hope that you got as much out of this as I got delivering the message. It's always a pleasure. And if anybody's got any specific questions for me, get to the person that invited you to watch this, either live or on my YouTube channel, and get in touch with me. You know, let's get your questions answered. Let's get going. I mean, there's no time, better time in the world to get started than right now. So with that, I'm going to stop that real quick. I'm going to stop that